Jason Monet here, and welcome to News Bytes. Today's topics are the 100 Days Report, health news, and tariffs once again. And at last we'll hear from our man on the streets. Pop pop. Here's Janelle with the story on the 100 Days Report.
President Trump's first 100 days in office have been defined more by turmoil than triumph, leaving analysts and historians alike struggling to find comparisons. Trump has faced legislative stagnation, passing only 5 minor bills, the weakest legislative start in over a century. Economically, markets have stumbled. Consumer confidence is down, and Trump's aggressive tariffs have triggered warnings from the Federal Reserve about rising inflation and slower growth. Globally, the president's ambitious foreign policy goals have stumbled, with conflicts reigniting in Gaza and Ukraine. Tensions with allies have soared amid trade disputes, talk of annexing Canada, and threats against Greenland. Meanwhile, adversaries like China have become increasingly assertive. Jason!
Perhaps most notably, Trump's tenure has been marked by unprecedented constitutional challenges. Over 80 judicial decisions, including several from Trump-appointed judges, have blocked his administration's actions, citing abuses of executive power. Public sentiment reflects growing concern. Recent polls show a significant swing in disapproval ratings. In short, Trump's first 100 days have upended traditional governance and stability, causing bipartisan unease and historical alarm. With legal battles intensifying and public pushback growing, it's clear the administration faces a turbulent road ahead. Thanks, Janelle.
In today's health alert, microscopic bits of plastic known as micro-nanoplastics have been found at alarmingly high levels in arteries clogged by plaque, especially among stroke patients. Researchers at the University of New Mexico discovered that people suffering stroke-related symptoms had plastic concentrations 51 times higher than those with healthy arteries. Although these tiny plastics didn't cause immediate inflammation, they did affect the genes of immune cells that stabilize artery plaque, potentially raising long-term stroke risks. Experts warn it's too early to confirm direct causation, but these findings spotlight plastics as a potential new factor in heart and stroke health.
Additionally, Dr. Edward, synthetic chemicals called phthalates, commonly found in everyday products like food containers, shampoo, makeup, perfumes, and children's toys, may be deadlier than we realized. A new study reveals that phthalates could be linked to over 10% of all global heart disease deaths in 2018 among adults aged 55 to 60. According to Dr. Leonardo Trezande from NYU Grossman School of Medicine, phthalates contribute to systemic inflammation, speeding up heart disease, and raising the risk of fatal heart events. The findings highlight growing concerns about chemical exposure in daily life and its impact on cardiovascular health. Definitely something to think about next time we reach for bottled water or packaged snacks. Stay tuned to News Bytes Health for more updates.
At a press briefing in Beijing, a Chinese foreign ministry spokesperson made it crystal clear, saying, and I quote, "The U.S. and China are not engaged in any consultation or negotiation on tariffs." That directly contradicts President Trump's recent remarks and comments from his Agriculture Secretary and Treasury Secretary, who maintain that conversations with China are ongoing. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is even predicting a de-escalation in the near future, while downplaying concerns about empty store shelves and rising prices here at home. But U.S. business leaders and economists aren't so optimistic. They're warning that the current tariff war, driven by Trump's sweeping 145% import tax on Chinese goods, could lead to product shortages, higher prices, and even store closures if it drags on. China, for its part, says it won't come to the table unless those tariffs are lifted, calling the U.S. approach unilateral and unacceptable. So who's actually talking, and is anyone really listening? For now, it's a high-stakes stalemate with global economic consequences, and American consumers could end up paying the price. I'm Jason Monet, and this is News Bytes, where headlines meet hard truths. Here's our man on the street. Pop pop.
People are referring to the current actions as scorched earth policies. Scorched earth policies are an old war tactic to burn, destroy, pollute, render uninhabitable and unusable all, and even your own resources, to especially prevent opposing forces from accessing and using them. This current atrocity is driven by the love of money. 4. The love of money makes you want to holler, throw up both your hands for the love of money.